What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we have finally made it to Mobile Suit Crossbone Gundam. This is a fan favorite, and I know a lot of you have been waiting for this one. Last time, we met Cecily in UC-123, who learned that she was a part of the Rona family. Seabrook fought in F-91 to take down the patriarch of the Rona family, Kurozo Rona, who went by the name Iron Mask. Crossbone Vanguard continued their occupation of Side 4's frontier colonies. The year is now UC-133, and peace talks begin once again as they learn that the Jupiter Empire plans on conquering the Earth's sphere. A young boy named Tabaya will get caught up in the middle of a war on the rise. So let's get into this. A transport ship is being attacked by space pirates. Here, we see the Batala and the Zondoge. The EMS-06 Batala is a mobile suit developed by the Jupiter Empire. Jupiter has limited resources, so they built mobile suit parts with standard functions. The heads have sensors, the hands have manipulator arms, and the feet have thrusters. Because they follow this design concept, the Batala doesn't have any built-in armaments. However, it utilizes basic weapons such as beam rifles, Gatling guns, sabers, etc. It also depends on two subflight systems, which we will talk about soon. The legs retract up into the thighs, which can be used in 0G, but guzzles way too much gas to use for long periods. This is a plot-based tech spec because the writers needed a reason for the Jupiter fleet to never catch the space pirates. Weapons include a beam shield, a beam saber, a beam rifle, a 4-tube missile launcher, a 2-barrel beam cannon, and a beam Gatling gun. The XM-08 Zondoge is the smallest mobile suit we have seen thus far, with a height of only 10 meters. However, its small size means a smaller reactor and smaller output of power. The Shot Lancer is the weapon of choice and helps conserve energy. Also, the beam cloak on its lower half can withstand 5 beam blasts before deteriorating. The Shot Lancer is also equipped with a heavy machine gun. Weapons include a beam shield, a beam rifle, and a beam saber. The captain tries to fend off the pirates when Crossbone Gundam makes its appearance. The X-1 Crossbone Gundam X-1 is developed by SNRI and is essentially the F-97 line of mobile suits. Extensive design changes are needed to handle low Jupiter orbit. Technically, you would distribute thrusters all over the body to increase maneuverability. However, with Jupiter's gravity, this would need to be increased greatly, making the mobile suits bulky and less mobile. To compensate for this, 4 movable thrusters were placed in an X-shaped array. This allows the thrusters to move around depending on its needs, while keeping the thrusters small. It has an anti-beam coating cloak, which can be stored in the Gundam's backpack and unfolded when needed. It too can only take 5 beam blasts. The mask that opens up on the face actually vents heat to get more performance out of the unit. This also has a core block system that has evolved since UC-79. It now utilizes a plug-in type core fighter, which stores the movable thrusters and beam sabers. It is equipped with a beam Zamber, which is a high-powered beam saber which looks like a pirate sword and has various different forms. Other weapons include Vulcans, a beam saber, a beam dagger, and much more. It has the evolution of the biocomputer that we've seen in F-91 as well. We cut to low Jupiter orbit. An interplanetary transport cruiser, the Smashian, finally makes it to Jupiter. On the ship is a young boy named Tabayo Aranax, who is very excited to finally make it to Jupiter. The ship prepares to dock with the station in low Jupiter orbit. Hidden in the shadows of Jupiter are the Jupiter space colonies. This is their final destination. Many exchange students are being welcomed, while others are given a speech before they head off to Earth. Tobiah wonders if there are any hot chicks on Jupiter. Priorities. One man is giving a speech about their leader, Crux Dogati. They meet with Professor Karas. All the kids will split up depending on their course studies. They're eating while talking about weird cultural differences of Jovians. Why Jovians and not Jovnoids? Jupinoids? They all have numbers on their hands, and they all tend to wear gloves. They also greet each other by showing their number. One girl thinks it is some rank of some sort, but another brushes it off as cultural differences. The kids get news of a recent attack by the space pirates. This has been the 6th attack on a Jupiter-based transport. They also seem to have 2 Gundam-type mobile suits. That is when a little girl comes running through the chow hall while men chase her down. They say that she is a stowaway, but the girl says this is all lies. Before they could really process what is happening, the space pirates attack the satellite. Approaching them is Mother Vanguard. The Mother Vanguard was built on the principles of Crossbone Vanguard's aristocratic design sentimentalities. It has a golden goddess at the bow of the ship and utilizes a giant beam flag. It also has a Minovsky drive, which is near capable of interstellar travel like Jupiter's interplanetary vessels. However, this is a secret prototype, and thermonuclear propulsion is still added for everyday use. The Minovsky craft was originally designed by Butte Concern, and Anaheim Electronics will acquire this tech eventually by spying on this ship. It takes 3 months to travel from Earth to Jupiter, but with the Minovsky drive, it can make it in 150 hours. Slightly less than a week. These drives theoretically have no operating limit. It is equipped with megaparticle guns, anti-aircraft guns, and missile launchers. The ship, which is now docked to the satellite, launches Batellas. The two Gundams approach. With X-1 is X-2. The XMX-2 Crossbone Gundam X-2 is more or less the same as X-1, but it has an anti-beam coating and utilizes the Shot Lancer with built-in heavy machine gun. It is also equipped with the Buster Lancer from the F-92 long-range type. Some of the Batellas are on the Accuserio. The EMA-01 Accuserio is a sublight system specifically designed to carry Batellas. It is equipped with a single megaparticle cannon. X-2 lifts the Accuserio with the Batellas still on them and throws them into the satellite. An explosion goes off on the ship. A Batella pilot is injured. Tobia's main Gundam protagonist instincts kick in, and he gets into the mobile suit and launches. As he heads out, he spots X-1 and fires, but it does nothing. He goes in with the beam saber, and Tobia is able to block it with his. But the battle is over before it began, as X-1 destroys the Batella. However, the Gundam pilot tells Tobia to get out of the mobile suit before destroying it. The pirates didn't kill him. He notices that they aren't killing anyone. Tobia floats back to the Smashian, where he stumbles onto chemical weapons labeled prussic gas. Prussic acid is commonly known as hydrogen cyanide in the West and probably derives from this. He wonders what poison gas is doing on the ship. A ship which is designed to carry exchange students back and forth between two planets. He is grabbed from behind by Professor Karas and is held at gunpoint. He saw something that he shouldn't have, so now he has to die. Over the past 10 years, Karas and Jupiter have been gaining trust of the Earth sphere, while also smuggling poison gas off, little by little. The two wrestle. Tobia pulls off the professor's glove, revealing his number. 626. Gundam exists in the Marvel Universe. It's confirmed here, folks. Jupiter plans on conquering the Earth sphere. He knocks Tobia to the ground and points his gun at him once again. Suddenly, an explosion is caused by the Gundam outside, creating a hole in the ship. Tobia is sucked out into space along with the gas canisters. The Gundam pilot gets out and grabs Tobia. The boy is so confused about what is happening or who to trust. The pilot says he has two choices. He could go back to Earth and pretend like this never happened, or he can help them take down the Jupiter Empire. He introduces himself as Kincaid now, of Crossbone Vanguard. This is Seabook Arno. They are prepping for a battle that no one on Earth knows about. They head back to the Mother Vanguard, where Tobia meets with the captain, Bara Rona. She has abandoned the Cecily name and has embraced the Rona lineage. However, she also denounced the Ronas and created her own Crossbone Vanguard faction. She also has a parrot because pirate. Tobia decides to stay on board and learn the truth. She welcomes him to Crossbone Vanguard. The Smashian leaves the colony and heads towards Earth. Tobia asks if this is okay to let the Jovian exchange students head back to Earth. He tells him that they won't harm civilians, at least not yet. Kincaid puts him to work peeling potatoes. Tobia mentions that he learned of Cosmo Babylonia from his history class, and how Barona helped in the downfall of those trying to create an aristocratic society. He then recognizes Kincaid as the F-91 pilot from back in the day. Back in the days, UC-123. Do you feel old yet? In UC-128, they completed the construction of their flagship, Babylonia Vanguard. During their maiden voyage, it had an accident and everyone died on board. To the outside world, they are no longer alive. Bara is taking a shower when she notices someone sneaking around. Kincaid tells Tobia that they took the name Crossbone Vanguard simply because it was easier for them to gather intel and supplies. That is when Bara and another come running out. It happens to be the little girl that was a stowaway from earlier. She was probably being arrested because she saw the poison gas. They decide to temporarily house her as the Smashian already left for Earth. They force Tobia to take care of her while on the ship. Kincaid wants to use Tobia in a mission they have been putting off, but Bara is unsure if he is up to it. They have intel on Meteor 202 and decide to attack. It is an asteroid base. Kincaid launches in Crossbone Gundam X-1. The pilot of X-2 happens to be Zabine. In F-91, Zabine decided to not follow along with Iron Mask and said, "I don't need to be in the third act of this movie." Bara reminds Zabine not to kill. They head out and begin their attack. The asteroid base launches a missile barrage before sending out mobile suits. Bara wanted to show Tobia the Jupiter Empire's might. For people who claim to be a colony, they sure have a strong military presence. She tells him that Jupiter has been smart. They have been laying low for decades, just waiting to make their move. They are small, so they have to take out EFF in one fell swoop, which is why they will kill anyone who gets wind of their operation. The asteroid base fires off a nuke. Kincaid fires countermeasures, and everyone braces for impact of the shockwave. Bearer says that defeating Crux Dogati is the main goal of this revived Crossbone Vanguard. In the presidential office in the Jupiter space colony, Crux Dogati is informed that Meteor 202 was destroyed. It housed 30% of their missile supplies. He wants his men to use new mobile weapons as a chance to prove himself and to not screw this one up. The Mother Vanguard is currently in low Jupiter orbit. It has been a month since Tobiah has joined the crew. He is struggling to pilot the Batala in low Earth orbit. Bernadette delivers food to the crew. Tobiah tries to hit on her, but Kincaid comes in and pushes him out of the way for some juice. In the day, they train, while at night, Tobiah goes through extensive studying. The ship receives an SOS from low Jupiter orbit. Bera tells Sabine to kick back and allow Tobiah to go out with Kincaid. He tells him how Sabine and him were rivals 10 years ago. Tobias says that one day he will be worthy of a Gundam. Kincaid stares at him and says, "You want to try it out? Today could be that day." Sabine notices Kincaid walking around the hangar and wonders who is piloting X-1. Tobiah is very wobbly. Kincaid says that he let Tobiah go out because he didn't want to leave him alone in the ship. Zabini still remains loyal to the concept of an aristocratic society, but also he wants Bear to give him kisses. They make it to the ship that sent out an SOS, but out pops the Pez Batala and the Congrejo. The EMA-03 Congrejo is designed to take down warships instead of engaging with mobile suits. It has a powerful megaparticle cannon with the same power of a battleship. For close combat, it must utilize claw arms, which aren't too effective. Other weapons include anti-aircraft guns. The EMS-10 Pez Batala is a variant of the Batala, designed specifically to be an anti-ship weapon. The beam axe is its main weapon, and it usually rushes in and smashes things up with the axe. It should be noted that its head is the beam axe, so it goes in head first, literally. Other weapons include a 3-tube missile launcher, a beam shield, and a beam rifle. The Mother Vanguard has a beam shield that lasts 20 minutes. After that, they are completely vulnerable. Zabina launches an X-2 to help, while Kincaid launches in a core fighter. Zabina defends the ship while Tobiah attacks the Congrejo. He tries to stab the mobile armor with the beam saber, but he is grabbed. Kincaid and the core fighter comes in and tells Tobiah to separate. He ejects in his core fighter while Kincaid enters, assuming control of X-1. He is able to tear through the mobile armor with ease. The remaining Jupiter fleet retreats. Taking out a base here and there isn't going to help them win. Bera has to conduct that mission. She orders Kincaid and Tobiah to head to the Jupiter colonies and determine the whereabouts of Crux Dogati. When he gets back, he has to clean the toilets. And that will do it for this episode. But we get a taste of what the Jupiter Empire is brewing in the background. I know this came out in the 90s, but that seems late in the game to be introducing space pirates. I would feel this is a no-brainer in the Gundam universe. We need more space pirates. Next time, Tobiah and Kincaid will head to the Jupiter colonies pretending to be an exchange student, but they will eventually be caught. Zabine will have to go in and save them. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember to not trust Zabine around your loved ones. Peace.